Hey there, this is Rick. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be going and having a look at some more little places out in the Cotswolds. Right, so it's 10:30 on a Wednesday morning. I'm going to be meeting Alex at 12 o'clock at a little tiny village called Broughton Poggs. Alex, how long will it take me to get to Broughton Poggs in the Cotswolds?
I don't know how long it would take to get there, but Cotswolds is about 3,530.4 miles away as the crow flies.
3,000 miles in an hour and a half. I better get my skates on. We are here, Broughton Poggs. Now last time we came here the church was occupied and we couldn't go in and look around, so hopefully this time that's all changed. Alex is here, we've got Elvis, and look how close we're parked. Literally we're parked here and there is the church. You can't get any nearer than that, which is marvellous. So this is St Peter's. Now it says Filkins and I saw a big sign for Filkins, so it's like Broughton Poggs. I don't know whether Broughton Poggs is in Filkins or is otherwise known as Filkins. I don't know. But anyway, once again we have ourselves I'm going to say 12th century church, and I've armed myself with some information, not on the church but on the yew trees that I'm always going on about, so I'm sure I'll cover that shortly. But anyway, let's go and have a look. Okay, there's that old church smell again. With a cross-shaped grate here. Wow, that goes way down. Evening, Vicar. So this looks kind of newer than the stuff we've been visiting before. I'm sure it's not, but it's got a slightly newer feel to it. It's nice stained glass though. Nice rich colours. I don't know what it is with stained glass, but the reds are always a really, really deep, kind of like a blood red. Again, you're not going to get this on the camera, but those colours, I can't express how saturated those colours are. They're really, really vibrant. But the camera tends to fade them out. No barrier on this one.
No. This is going to be later, isn't it? Because this is brass.
Ah, yes.
Rather than wood.
Well, we tried. We're trying to get information on this church. We've been looking it up. We've got internet and we've spent quite a while trying to go through. But apparently there's another St Peter's in Broughton Poggs.
Parish.
So yes. It's the same parish.
Of St Peter's and St Peter's.
Two different churches, and all the information we're getting is on the other one. So can't say much about this one, except it's got some delightful stained glass and very nice place to be, lovely wood in the roof. But oh, I've just spotted the other stained glass window as well. That's very intact, and in fact that's the one with I saw a grate on the other side, so whether they've had issues with it. But I think if we want any deep information about churches in Broughton Poggs, we're going to need to go to the other one, so we'll do that shortly. So we've sort of figured it out. We are currently in St Peter's Filkins, and the other one is St Peter's Broughton Poggs. but they're the same parish, but that's the only discernible difference, apart from they look entirely different. We're in this one at the moment with a little bell thingy at the top there, and then this is the other one, which physically looks a lot older. I'm guessing, I don't know, this one, there's something newer about this one. Or it just could be in my imagination, I could just be making that up. But that one, I don't know, just kind of looks older. But we're going to have a look at it anyway. We can't find the other one. So you got Village Hall and Paddock, Broughton Poggs, St Peter's, Broughton Poggs that way.
That way, yeah.
But then you got St Peter's, Filkins that way.
Okay.
So there's a war memorial. You don't think it's over there, do you?
No, I tell you what I reckon. I reckon that is saying there.
Yeah.
And the other one is saying
further down the road. I think you are onto something.
Let's go and have a look.
It's really funny. Like a vicar can't find his church.
It's not my church.
yeah. It's like, how hard can it be to find a church in a tiny little Cotswold village? Yet there are two. Well, we tried.
That's going to be the theme for this one, isn't it?
No, that's somebody's garden.
That's somebody's house.
We've just been down this, what is like a private road, but it was signposted to the church. We've looked everywhere. We cannot find the other church, which is quite strange. So we've sort of given up on it, which is a shame, because there's lots of information about it on the internet.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll research it further and perhaps have another stab at it another day.
A third trip here.
A third time lucky, yes. We actually flagged down a local. Actually, they were just coming out of their house, so we jumped on them and said, tell us where the church is. And they pointed us down here. They said there is a tennis court. And he said the church is on the other side, but nope, can't see it. But never mind, it's still a little adventure, isn't it?
Yes.
But I think we're going to go have a nice cup of tea or coffee.
Might even have a little snack.
And a little snack. We've got, I bought some homemade little thing. Well, I'll show you when we get there. Just be nosy. Oh wow. Even nicer. How'd you like to live in a house like this? Imagine having this running through your garden. That would be lovely. Sound of running water when you wake up.
There's some steps there. You can actually
Oh,
go down.
although it's literally just to the go and visit the troll under the bridge. Oh, you can. this is where he goes slip. Now there we go. I love what they've done with the traffic sign. That is brilliant. So you've got a traffic sign in your hedgerow. Just chop around it. Little tiny little streets.
So we're just sat deciding where to go next, and I was debating whether to put my I was going to be rude and say my big hairy thingy on the. It's quite a big one, isn't it? But you know, smut's got no place for absolutely no place on the Daily Pilgrim channel. So that's why I'm doing this one on the Brick Van Man channel.
So we've been sat here eating and drinking and sort of nattering like we normally do, but it's barely 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we thought it's going to be a waste of a day if we don't actually go somewhere and just go and have a little potter around somewhere.
Something else, yeah.
So we've consulted the map, and 1.5 miles down the road is a little village called Langford, and they have a church there called St Matthew's Church, and it's actually got a Wikipedia entry and everything, so it's got a bit of a write-up. So we've decided we're going to go off and have a little look around there. So I think we're just going to get set up, hit the road, and we'll see you there. So here we are, we have reached Langford, that long, arduous drive of about 6 minutes.
Longer than that, 6.5.
6.5 minutes, yes. Mind you, it was a really narrow track.
Yeah.
But we've got here, and we've the door-to-door service again, that we've parked here, and there's the church. And this apparently is an 11th century church,
Right.
according to the write-up that I looked at. And once again, it's got yew trees. And I can tell you something about yew trees. I learned a thing. So there are several theories about why there are yew trees in graveyards. That's a really cool looking Land Rover.
Certainly is.
I like that. First of all, yew trees were sacred to the Druids. Now, the Druids, their sites, they actually made groves of yew trees where they could worship and do their druidy things. And when the church came along, it took over a lot of the Druid sites. So it actually built the churches on the sites where the Druids used to worship. They were trying to stamp out all of this Druidry, and so that's what happened. So you end up with these churchyards and these yew trees, which, like I say, live forever. So that's one possible theory. So another theory about the yew trees is that yew trees are poisonous to large animals and humans, and they were planted in graveyards to prevent large animals from grazing in the sites of the graveyards. A third theory is that the centre of the yew tree is red and its sap is white, and therefore symbolises the blood in the body of Christ. Not sure if I'll go with that one, but the fourth and final theory as to why there are yew trees in all of the graveyards is that the yew tree is also a symbol of eternity, and so hence quite possibly why yew trees exist in graveyards. But there we go, you can take your pick from one of those four, or if you have another theory of your own, feel free to leave that in the notes below. This is this is enormous. We've got ourselves a really finely detailed St Francis of Assisi. That is so finely detailed. I'll try to zoom in, but I'm not sure you're going to get the detailing on the picture there. That's impressive. This is definitely, we've not seen anything like this before, have we? Apparently the fattening up, the widening was done in the 13th century. It was kind of an add-on after. I read that up on Wikipedia. What's he uncovered? What's he found?
The boiler cupboard.
Oh, the boiler cupboard.
Very exciting.
I was waiting for you to say that you found the little. What's the little stairway that goes up to the tower?
The belfry.
Belfry. Ah.
No idea what you mean.
Oh wow. Oh, he's actually found a living, working belfry.
I know I said that I wasn't in an adventuring mood, but I have found that there is actually a belfry here, so I'm going to have to do it. Oh.
Be careful, I don't want to have to call the fire brigade.
Yes. My word.
Cool, this is cool.
Right.
You have to be really careful coming
All the way
down.
down, camera's down.
Yeah, this is really, really steep. Really steep. Not sure how much of this you'll see. Oh, there's a door to the outside as well there. That's interesting. Oh, there you go, a little bit of an adventure. Very cool. Ah, now this one does have a barrier. Look at that. Intricately painted.
Covered.
Oh no!
All sorts of stuff. And there was actually rat excrement on the floor. But
What? With what?
rat excrement.
Ooh. How did you...
Because I was literally against the wall
Okay.
doing that. You didn't go all the way up, did you?
Went, well,
Or did you?
pretty much most of the way. I just kept my hand as I went down. Kept my hand on the middle column. I haven't got any on me, have I?
No, you're immaculate dapper.
I can't even see how that is possible.
Well, the wall needs cleaning. So.
Oh dear.
But now, so that nobody ever knows what we did, we'll share on YouTube.
That's a Templar's cross, isn't it?
Yes.
Interesting.
There's two more there.
Ah,
If there's anything in that.
all sorts of little mysteries and things. That pulpit looks...
Yeah, it's very intricate.
I was going to say precarious. You
Yeah,
want
it's
to,
a bit actually,
wouldn't
isn't
want to
it?
lean sort of too far one way or the other. But it is, it's very intricately done. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm seeing pictures. You can only just make these out. There's like paintings on the, what is this?
Yes.
This is to the vestry.
I'm guessing so.
So there's these really intricate paintings that are sort of almost faded into nothingness. But, oh, that's an interesting little find. It's so dark, you can barely see them with my eyes. Hopefully the camera's picking up on them. Don't know anything about them. There's no information anywhere. But that is quite interesting. Any thoughts, Vicar? Sorry, that sounds incredibly rude, doesn't it, when I address Alex as Vicar? That's,
So this is, I'm guessing, something to do with the fall of Rome. That's a Roman eagle on a banner.
okay, well that would have been about 500 AD. Because that's when the Rome fell and England went into the Dark Ages. So we just found another picture on the other side of the church, and it's got all of these weird symbols and things in. But I think it's actually got the name, I can barely make that out, but that's St. Mark. But it's got this weird bull symbol on a shield. St. Patrick. You're saying about the snake, where St Patrick threw his staff down to...
I think
and
so,
it became
yes.
a snake. That's really interesting. When you start looking sort of into the details of these things, it's... So who's this? This is St Christopher. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the St Christopher symbol, isn't it?
Yes.
Patron saint of travellers and all that. And then you've got St Matthew. And this is St Matthew's church. It's interesting, these are barely visible. They're just kind of hidden away. But it's very interesting stuff. The porch includes 2 Anglo-Saxon stone rood reliefs, but they are repositioned and their original sites are not known. The one on the east wall of the porch is 8th century. Wow, that's seriously old.
Yeah.
And has lost its head. Oh, okay. The one on the south gable is 10th century and has been assembled with Christ's left and right arms swapped over, and the figures of St Mary and St John the Evangelist also transposed, and that is that up there. So that's St John and St Mary with Christ in the middle and his hands are back to front.
Oh, yeah.
That's very interesting. Okay, so this, wow, this is 8th century. So this was around before the church was actually built, and they've sunken it in. You think, a little bit of history here. Somebody in the 8th century made this with their hands and their stone masonry tools, and then it got sunken into this church when it was made in the 11th century. I wish I could be more informative and knowledgeable as I walk around these places and look, but it's kind of nice to learn as you go.
Yeah. Well, there's an exploration, isn't there? That.
So we're trying to figure out what those 2 sticky up things are. They're capped. They look like they're capped off, so they can't be chimneys. Not that they would. I would assume they wouldn't have fireplaces in there.
Wouldn't have thought so.
Didn't notice anything. I wonder if there's a clue inside. Yeah, you know what? I'm curious now. I'm going to go inside one more time and have a look to see if there's any clue as to why that sticky up thing is there. Unless you got any ideas, do feel free to leave comments in the notes below. You don't think there would have been an old fireplace or something?
Well, it would have been as part of this, wouldn't it? So it's an extension of this pillar.
But there's nothing to suggest anything.
I used to have a book, which unfortunately I lost in times gone by, which was it was how to read medieval churches.
Oh,
I really wish I still had it.
That could have been useful.
But
for what
maybe,
we're doing.
maybe we'll have a look online so we get a copy.
But if you've got any ideas what those 2 sticky up things were, do feel free to leave your guesses. Guesses are welcome, suggestions, because I'm pretty clueless. Well, about most things in life, to be honest. So any thoughts on the yew tree? Which ones? I did 4.
I only heard the first one, and I then sent people over to your video.
Oh, fair enough.
So that they could learn all about yew trees from you.
Yeah. Well, I've given them 4 options that I researched, and there were 4 possibly plausible options, but nobody seems to know for certain.
I heard the Druidry one.
Yeah, there's the one that it represents the blood of Christ. It's because it's got red inside with white sap, so it's supposed to be the blood and body of Christ.
Okay.
There's the other one, which is they're planted to stop animals grazing in the churchyards, and the 4th one, which I can't remember.
Right. Okay.
Well, there we go. That was pleasant.
Yes, cup of coffee.
I think so, don't you?
Excellent.
Yes, another cup of coffee. And then heading towards, it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It feels about 4 or 5, doesn't it?
It does, it really
With
does.
this dark skies.
It's the darkness that's doing it.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Should we have a coffee here or go back to our lay-by?
Well, we decided to come back to this lay-by, which is set away from the road, which is a little bit safer. We could have parked outside the church, but it was so narrow there. I thought a tractor would probably end up taking out Alex's door, so we decided to come here. I'm just waiting for Alex. He got caught up in traffic. It was chucking out time at the local school, and so yeah. We all got caught up in all this big snarl up in this tiny little village. There was this huge snarl up with all the traffic, because all the cars are parked along one side of the road. I'm probably showing you some footage now from the webcam or from the dash cam. And poor old Alex had to negotiate his way in this massive, great big camper van. He was only a minute or two behind me, so quite why he's not showing up, unless he took a wrong turn. There he is, finally. I've just spotted him in the distance. There he is, right there. So, gone over to a bomber jacket now. So, right, so we've just been sat here putting the world to rights again, and having another discussion about life, the universe, and everything. And
that's as much as I can say.
Yeah. But it's getting near towards rush hour, so we're going to call it a day. And I forgot to do a sign off, so I'm going to do a sign off now. So once again, another fun day.
Yes, it's been good, isn't it?
It's been good. They're always good when we do this. It's just a little bit of nonsense, a sort of a silly little day out. Not really, no agenda or anything like that.
I think that's it, though, is it? There is no agenda, and we find what we find.
Yes,
so.
And we always end up walking away thinking, yeah, I'm really glad we did that.
Yeah.
So. And today has been no exception.
Yeah.
And on that note, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you, Alex, for hanging out with me again.
Pleasure as always.
And we'll no doubt do this again at some time.
I'm sure we will.
And you there with your half dog collar, kind of priest casual look. Yes. But anyway, on that note, I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.